Hey, this is Chris Adler from Firstborn, and you are watching CMS TV.
Passion, the love, like you don't know this guy from, Adam,
Mhm.
but there you are, hugging each other, crying,
Yeah.
singing,
Yeah, and the people don't care if it's Judas Priest or Body Count. I'm trying to just name as far as I can, but they don't care. They have no. They're there to love it all.
And the thing with the weather, I know in the States, especially, I went to all the Ozfest at the Tweeter Center in Camden, New Jersey. Man, if there was only a spit of rain, people were leaving.
Oh yeah.
Oh, just there's a cold breeze. I'm out.
Right.
Not in Europe, not in Germany especially. They are there and camping out too in this torrential downpour and mud. I mean, just the passion and just wow. It's just it gives me chills like talking about it. Like how passionate. I didn't think people could be, that passionate.
It is Chris Akin Presents, and I, of course, am Chris Akin. And today on the show, we are going to be talking about one of my favorite evolving bands that just keeps on changing, but keeps on getting better with each and every change. The band is Burning Witches. They have a brand new release called Inquisition. They have a brand new guitar player named Courtney Cox. And there she is right there. Hey, Courtney, how are you?
I'm well. Hello from Deutschland.
Are you in Deutschland or are you here?
Yeah, actually, I moved here.
Okay.
When I joined, it was too much going back and forth from the States, and my father's side of the family is from Germany, so it's kind of like returning to the roots.
Right. I know that's not easy. I lived in Korea for 2.5 years when I was in the military, but I tried
Thank you
my
for your
best.
service.
Thank you. But I tried my best to kind of ingratiate myself to the culture. And, I had the kimono and I was eating the food and, I played the game. How difficult has that been for you before we even get into Burning Witches to culturally change? Because there are differences and you don't realize it until
No.
you're there.
Well, I mean, obviously, I've toured Europe multiple times,
Sure.
and I know I fell in love with it. Just the history stuff here, just everything, like it's beautiful. But upon moving here, that's the culture shock finally sets in. New language, new money,
Right.
new system of measurement, just everything. So I adjusted quite fast. My German is still crap, but it's a work in progress. But I love it. I love it.
Right on. Well, it's certainly working good, at least as far as music goes. This new release that you are a part of, Inquisition, is just an ass kicker. It's easily the heaviest record from Burning Witches. I'm gonna guess and say maybe some of that comes from your hands. Is that indeed the case? Did you have a lot of writing or no?
Yeah, like I would say we kind of took the Metallica approach with me stepping in. Romana, send me as many riffs as you got. We shoot stuff, or we shot, I should say, stuff back and forth, and then she takes, whatever we come up with, and does the structure of the song, and then I go back and do all the lead work and stuff. So we're a really, really great team. I always say, like, she's the KK to my Glenn Tipton. We're a great duo, and I just loved being in the studio and watching the magic unfold. No pun intended.
Sure. How has it been for you to join a band that is obviously not a cover band, but certainly
Thank God.
a grow but I mean growing there's good and bad to that. And you know this better than anybody. When you're in a
Oh, yeah.
cover band, everybody in front of you is excited to hear Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner or whatever
I
tune
never was. Just kidding.
well, I know you with the 18 minutes of playing it are like,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying. They come in with a predetermined like of the music. Where
Yeah.
now with Burning Witches, you got to put it out there and you got to let people decide, and that's sometimes scarier than anything.
No, I mean, it just kind of, yeah, I was 14 years in the Iron Maidens. So, I mean, the song for me that would drive me nuts, even to this day, I can't listen to it, Run to the Hills. I
Okay.
can't, never, ever again,
Right.
never. But, yeah, complete night and day type of thing. But doing the original thing, you have to work harder. You have to, obviously, you're creating your own material. So, first you have to make sure you're happy with the songs, and then you step on stage and hope the crowd likes
Right.
it. And fortunately, the force with this band, the crowd shows up, and when they stop showing up, then we're done. But they haven't yet. So
Right.
we're just road warriors, and we love being on tour. We love being on stage. We love hanging out with fans, and yeah, we're just loving every bit of it. We're loving every bit of it. We didn't expect it, this to happen. And then coming from the tribute band, I've been friends with the girls for years. We met on tour years ago when they were opening up for
Mhm.
the Maiden in Europe, and we stayed in touch. And they asked me to do a guest solo on their Hexenhammer record and the song Maiden of Steel. Then we did those jam videos during COVID, which everyone was doing when the world was
Sure.
locked down. And then, here I am, a witch. Crazy, like what?
Right. Well, getting into this band now, and for you stepping into it, you hear what you've heard the old stuff, obviously, and
Yeah.
now you hear this, which is so much more aggressive and I don't want to say that the other stuff wasn't, but this is like a different level of heaviness than the band has ever had. I'm not going to say it's all you because I'm sure it's
Oh, no,
all
it's
of
definitely,
you.
we're a team, yeah.
Sure, but how did it develop, and was this a very purposeful move to get heavier moving forward?
Well, I would say it's something that doesn't even cross our mind, I, from knowing them throughout the years with their, previous records. They just want to put out, and now we just want to put out, the best music possible. And you want to keep progressing, album to album, keep growing, because I mean, from album to album, life has changed for everyone. You don't know where your head's at, this time, that time. But what helps is that, one, we're such a solid group and family, and we all have the same influences. So it's just easy, and the songs just come naturally. But we don't sit there and go, okay, this one has to be heavier, or this, we're just like, yeah, no, that's a cool riff, or that's the great drums, we definitely do something with that. And before you know it, an album's born. We
Sure.
did that album really fast. Like, I think I got all my stuff done, rhythm and lead work, like 2.5 days.
Oh, wow.
Lala did all her stuff in one day. It's like we're so excited, to be in the studio. I know 'cause some bands, they'll rent out a studio for a year, or,
Hmm.
months on. But it just came together so naturally. And I mean, we probably still have material to even release like a second one if we wanted to, because the songwriting and ideas and themes it never stops. And it's such a great thing, because there's nothing worse than having to like force yourself to sit and write and stuff like that.
Sure. You mentioned that there's a bunch of additional material that probably would have fit on here. Why didn't it fit on here? Is it just length or is it
Oh yeah, we have to have a specific time thing with an
right?
album. The more you go, the vinyls are heavier and heavier,
Right.
heavier. Um, yeah, it was just like I said, I had folders from my entire career playing sitting on this computer. Monty has riffs for days, and it's but now we don't have to really stress and think about the next one, I guess. But we never stop writing. It's like it's constantly. Me and Romana always laugh because we sing into the phone.
Right.
It's back and forth. Like, sorry, my voice sounds like crap right now, but do 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 do, and then you go do do do.
Nice. Do you like that kind of a working arrangement with doing it through the phones instead of everybody getting together every Wednesday for a practice sort of a
Well, I mean,
stuff?
it'd be tough because I'm in Germany, Lars in the Netherlands, and then obviously the rest are in Switzerland. So
Okay.
that would financially start to add up if
Yeah.
you're really flying in. That's the one blessing with how technology and stuff like that has, it come to life and stuff. So you don't really have to, be there, meet up. And if you want to have a meeting, we just Zoom or
Sure.
this and that. But yeah, with the riff stuff, it's emails and phone.
Right on. Makes sense.
Welcome to the ultimate experience for hard rock and heavy metal fans. Introducing the CMS Locals VIP app, your #1 destination for all things on the CMS network. Dive into the classic metal show, Chris Akin Presents, Seth Williams Show, and more, all in one place. It's free to get started or elevate your experience with a subscription for just $4.99 a month. Go commercial free, get advanced releases, and enjoy exclusive bonus episodes. Plus, it's the prime spot to chat with like-minded fans who love raw, uncensored commentary. Are you ready to rock? Download from your iOS or Android store, search for the CMS network, and join the community now. It's free, it's easy, and it's the best way to keep our shows with you every single day. Install the Locals.com app today and follow the CMS network.
Well, let's dig into the record a little bit, Courtney. I always try to start with what is my favorite song on the record. I actually go a little deep into the record for you guys. I love the song "In for the Kill." Cool riff, great song. I love the vibe to it, and I love the production of it too. Very big layered production.
Yeah, with that one, I actually remember laughing in the studio. One, we had some really good friends of ours helping with the gang vocals, but man, when the girls got in there, I just couldn't stop laughing.
Nice.
And it's just me. I'm always, the clown in the
Sure.
group. But no, it's great. The riff is really powerful. Love, the solo stuff on that. But yeah, there's just a lot. I mean, that compared with God, what's else like shame and all that kind of stuff on the record. It's just, we didn't like once again going back to we didn't like think, about the songs. They just ended up being so different from each other, which I think is great for, a good heavy metal record. You don't want everything to sound the same. So I'm really, really proud of what we accomplished with just the difference in songs and feels. And then you have High Priestess of the Night, which, we went completely, different with that mid-tempo, but still, kind of, I'm trying to think, everyone needs that like anthem song. So
Sure.
I kind of, that's ours, like our balls to the wall or
Right.
kind
Right. Exactly. Your metal gods.
Yeah.
Right. For you, jumping into this band, into Burning Witches, and let's be honest, you're jumping in kind of other than the singer, it's always the singer, the guitar player, and you're jumping in kind of as the lead guitar player. How much of the sound that you were making is you versus you trying to sound like Burning Witches in your head?
Oh no, it's me. And it's just
Okay.
my metal influences coming out, like Andy LaRock, Glenn Tipton, obviously Adrian Smith, stuff. It's like I said before, like the fact that we share the same influences almost to a T. I don't have to even think about, okay, wait, I have to sound like Burning Witches. That's CC on that record.
Right. Right. Well, it definitely sounds like you, but it definitely sounds like this is why I'm asking is it's not like, I mean, you listen to metal bands. A lot of times when they change a guitar player, it's a whole new sound. Take Whitesnake and Steve Vai. Steve Vai jumped into Whitesnake and it sounded like Steve Vai, not Whitesnake.
It wasn't John Sykes anymore, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But you jumped into this, and if you listen back even one record, it fits. You know what I mean? And I'm assuming that maybe that some of that has to be that you were a fan of the band anyway.
Yeah, I loved all their albums, but I think for me, I remember when I was planning out some of the solos, it was a little too much because, like really excited. Okay, but then I had to stop myself and then, for me, it's not the Courtney show, nor do I want it to be. So, I have this mentality of I need to write something that benefits the song and not my ego. And
Sure.
this record is like, I don't have to be going, a mile a minute, shredding crazy. Like I already know I can play like that, but it doesn't support the song. Like you don't want to destroy a song trying to take that, 30 seconds of spotlight,
Right.
shredder,
Right.
Just the way I approach writing is whatever fits the song the best.
Sure. Now, obviously, with Inquisition coming out, I'm assuming you ladies are going to be going out to the road. What does the tour plans look like both now and I'm assuming into 2026?
Oh, well, now we had a huge announcement yesterday. We were supposed to be heading to the States, but the visas didn't arrive. So, which is a big issue that I don't think a lot of people realize with bands now trying to enter the States, which is a bummer. So, there's talks of filling that time, different countries. I'm not allowed to say yet.
Sure. I get it.
But very, very exciting. And then this US tour, that's going to be rescheduled to March, I believe, as I read in the announcement. And then we have a huge tour in Europe starting in January, I want to say. And I think that goes to the end of February with a band called Hammer King, great friends of ours.
Cool.
And yeah, it's back to being road warriors because, that's what we love to do and the only thing we know how to do.
Sure.
And now with a new record,
Right.
yes, it starts from scratch. Yeah.
I know you've toured the world, but do you have a new excitement being that you live there now, that you live in the European area where you can kind of see a little more firsthand how much people worship metal versus here where it's so trendy?
Yeah. And people always ask like, oh, do you miss living in the States? I'm like, well, obviously family, friends.
Sure.
I changed my entire life in a week and I decided like, a day to move, like, hey mom, leaving, bye. Yeah, it wasn't I always knew that metal was religion over here, but it wasn't until living here, being surrounded by it. Every weekend there's a festival, every day there's a show. And the one thing that was great for me to experience was just the crowds. I was living in LA when I was in the Maidens, and every time you're at a show, it was just the people like this impressed me. They weren't there to enjoy; they were just there to judge, which I never loved at all. But here, rain or shine, it doesn't matter if they know who you are or not. They are in the front, they're headbanging, lighters in the air, cell phones in the air.
Right.
A great time and such a great atmosphere. And you always hear about Wacken and the festivals like that, the big ones, but there's festivals of all sizes that are the same. It's just, it's mind-blowing to me as an American.
Right. Yeah, I know, because we get the Wimmer group, and then we get Rocklahoma, and that's it. That's really
back in the day, we had Ozfest.
Yeah. But that's a zillion years ago at this point. It really is sad that America doesn't dominate like it used to. But believe me, I'm probably just like you, although you could actually go now. When Wacken hits, my computer's on it. I watch it from here because that's what we have.
I was actually supposed to be there right now. My fiance is working it right now, but when I saw the forecast, I'm like, nope.
Nope.
I was there last year and it was bad with the rain and mud. And then, getting messages, seeing my friends there, like falling in the mud. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, nah.
I'm missing King Diamond and all that stuff. But I just saw him twice recently. So it's like, maybe next year. It's
right.
Just, German summer. It's just rain.
Mm-hmm.
But once people are there, it's sold out. They're out in the mud. They're slide like a slip and slide.
They don't
care. In the mud because they don't care. Everyone's drunk, having a good time.
Yep.
They're used to it.
It is a totally. Back when it was called Castle Donington, I went to it one year, and it's like nothing here. There's nothing. I went to 15 Ozfests and the Mayhem festivals and et cetera, et cetera. So there's nothing like it. There's just nothing with. It's hard to explain it to people because it's not the bands, it's the fans. It's the
Yeah.
intensity that they'll have. Hey, it's Chris Akin from the classic metal show Chris Akin Presents and the Seth Williams Show, straight from the uncensored heart of the CMS network. We've just been crowned a certified Rumble creator, and that means we're bringing the heat. All our shows, commercial free, baby. Advanced episode drops sometimes months before the normal release, so you're not stuck waiting. You'll get all this plus exclusive content for Rumble Premium subscribers that'll blow your mind. And with Rumble Premium, you'll get every CMS Network show and all of Rumble's other videos with no ads and no fluff. This is our official home, Rumble. It's raw, powerful, and unfiltered. You want in? Just hit us up at rumble.com/register/classic metal show to sign up for free commenting, chat live, and just your ability to join the chaos of all of our shows. Then while you're there, swing by any of our videos, smash that Rumble Premium button, and level up. Subscribe now. Don't sleep on this. Hit the link in the description.
Passion, the love, like you don't know this guy from Adam, but there you are hugging each other, crying, singing,
Yeah, and the people don't care if it's Judas Priest or Body Count. They, I'm trying to just name as far as I can, but they don't care. They have they're there to love it all.
And the thing with the weather, I know in the States, especially, I went to all the Ozfests at the Tweeter Center in Camden, New Jersey. Man, if there was only a spit of rain, people were leaving.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, just, there's a cold breeze, I'm out.
Right.
Not in Europe, not in Germany especially. They are there. And camping out, too, in this torrential downpour and mud. I mean, just the passion and just, wow. It's just, it gives me chills like talking about it, like how passionate people are. I didn't think people could be, that passionate.
Absolutely.
So, very eye-opening.
Nice. Well, Courtney, let's talk a little bit about away from the band just for a minute. And I'm just curious what you think of today's world where we are, and you are a big reason for it, whether you believe it or not, that we are seeing so many female lead guitar players rise up. And obviously you've been doing it for a very long time. Certainly Nita, obviously Nita, but you're seeing Sophie Lloyd out there, and you're seeing Mariah Formica out there, and they're Britt Lightning. You're seeing a lot of female guitarists, which, for the last 20 years, it's been the singers. Everybody was looking for the singers. Now it's the guitar players are rising up. You're a part of that. What do you think when you see that?
Oh, this is where I always get in trouble. For me, it's like, it's not a new thing. We've always been there. And I feel, and this is, I probably should have been canceled a long time ago. It just became marketable. And that's what the business side of it is. When you was like labels, guitar company, any like endorsement stuff, they are pushing products. They need to do this. So, I mean, it's not all that. I'm glad everyone out there is killing it. And I love watching the videos on Instagram and all these players I've never heard of, but now I'm exposed to how great, especially, little girls are doing it. I'm just like, God, where was this when I was a kid? We had to do it the old school way, just going out and playing shows. But for me, it's like, I always hate, I'm always asked about it, like, women power and stuff. For me, I keep gender out of it. It's tough for everyone. And even now with the girls getting so much spotlight, it's really tough for the other side now, because they're not the girl, or they're not Steve Vai or Momstein. So it's a double-edged sword. We're both going through the same. It's just now I view it as the woman thing is just marketable. Everyone, like, see, this is where
no, and I understand. I mean, look, in the old days, they would judge a female whatever musician if she was in whatever magazine saying the hottest girls of heavy metal or whatever.
Yeah.
Now they're judging on the ability, at least for the very most part, which is new.
And the look stuff is still there. I mean,
It's
God,
still
you see
there, but not like it used to be.
it's like, you know, the things on Facebook, like the queens of metal and stuff. It's all the photos of us in bikinis or this and that. But, you know, sex sells and people run with it. You know, good luck. I mean, I played in a spanky bra for like 10 years, you know,
Right.
but I'm not one anymore. So it's
What are
just,
you,
know,
25 now?
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. It's just, it's a business, and people, I think, forget about that sometimes. You could be the next, God, Chopin, or just, you know, there's you know, crazy composers and stuff. But if you're not marketable, then it's,
Yeah, no one's going to hear it. It's
look
that
at
simple.
Instagram. I know, you know, because I have friends that work for companies in the business and stuff. They won't even talk to someone if they don't have over 100,000 followers or this and that. You know, it's just with the time changing, what you have to do to survive or climb that ladder changes, and you just got to ride the wave and not, you know, be complaining about it. But for me, I am a cheerleader for both sides, and you know, it's a big world. There's enough space for all of us.
Right on. Well, I'm a cheerleader for Courtney Cox and Burning Witches. And certainly I'm a cheerleader for Inquisition. Great record. It's out August the 22nd, I believe it comes out here in the States. And Courtney, we tell everybody here, if they want to listen on Spotify, go ahead, but buy something first.
Yeah.
Buy something. So where is the best place we could tell people to go to buy something first?
For Inquisition, you go to Napalm Records website. Obviously, they're putting it out, or the band website, which I believe is burningwitches.ch, because Switzerland. And then there's also links on our social media. We're easy to find. So
very good. And they'll be on tour somewhere in the world here soon.
Pretty much. I'll see you out there somewhere.
Right. Well, one more time, it is Inquisition, it is Burning Witches. And Courtney, this has been fun. Thanks for joining me here on Chris Akin Presents.
Thank you.